The Farm Bureau has free breakfast for their exhibitors and their families in the cattle barn if you would like to partake. Thank you. morning. I think we're going to start the 2025 Montgomery County Fair Goat Show this morning. In our first class of breeding goats, we have a junior Bordeaux shown by Addie Leiden. Okay, Shelly is on the wrong page and can't even tell her animals this morning. Okay, we're going to do the 2025 Montgomery County Sheep Show. We have Pace, Shelley, and Jackson Fisher in breeding lambs.
We only have a single entry or a single class here in our breeding sheep division, but I think that there's a pair out here that definitely represents some quality when you get back and analyze them. The young man we're going to lead off with just brings us one that's a little bit neater about its front end, definitely transitions better in its lines, really like its hip and stifle, definitely carries that twist in the lower on its leg. I will grant that it's just a little bit further along in its condition, which makes it smoother, but a very, very nice female to go ahead and lead off this particular division. The young man that comes in next brings us one that has the added advantage in terms of trimness and leanness. I would just like to soften that female up in her overall design. I'd like to just make her a little bit flexible off both ends, put another nice one to go ahead and lay into reserve. Let's give both of those kids a big round of applause.
Okay, our champion breeding ewe goes to Jackson Fisher, and our reserve breeding ewe goes to Paige Shelley. And we want to thank our sponsors, Hy-Vee for the champion breeding ewe banner, and reserve champion breeding ewe banner is by SF Clubland. Thank you. Now we have our home-raised lamb shown by Jackson Fisher. Our judge is Phil Doty from Maryville. He was an ag teacher for 18 years at Northeast Nottoway in Ravenwood, and he now raises show lambs.
just a single entry here in our home race division, but one that has a lot of quality and parts and pieces that we can really dig into. Love the structural integrity of this one. Really gets out and moves square on both ends of his skeleton. I like the hip and hind leg that this one has. I love the top shape. If I was going to be critical, I'd like to take this one's chest forward and just elevate it ever so slightly. But this is one that can sure stand a lot of competition. This young man should be very proud of his project. Let's make sure to give him a big round of applause.
Our champion home raised lamb goes to Jackson Fisher. And let's give a round of applause for the champion home raised banner is sponsored by Mills Montgomery County Corn Growers. Thank you. Now we'll start our purchased lambs division. First is Jackson Fisher and then Anna Shelley.
Another class with just a pair out here, but both have a lot of good parts and pieces. I'll kind of tell you how I see them. The young man that leads off this class brings this one that's definitely ultra shapely when you get your hands on her. You really love how she explodes out of the backside of her shoulder. She definitely is the wider base one, even though she's the smaller one in terms of poundage, in terms of where you get out there. I think she wants to roll her hip ever so slightly and maybe like to stand her up at the ground. But she's ultra chiseled. Really love how she is about her front end and design. Very nice place to lead off for the young man. The one that comes in second definitely has the added advantage in terms of just pure bulkness. With that, I think there comes a couple things. I'd like to trim that one back ever so slightly, especially about its front 1/3. It gets a little chesty for me today and just a little more softer to the touch. But you've got to appreciate the amount of bulk that one has, especially in its rear 1/3 of its skeleton. Let's give these kids a big round of applause.
In that class, first place goes to Jackson Fisher and second to Anna Shelley. In the next class of purchased lambs, we have Paige Shelley and Anna Shelley.
In our next class of market lamps, I think, again, not to sound like a broken record, but two high-quality individuals that check a lot of boxes. The young lady's ewe-lamb that we're going to lead off with brings us one that's just a little bit more structurally correct when you get out on the move. I like the added length of spine that this one has. I like the design of her chest floor. I think this one's just a very, very kind of complete fault-free one to go ahead and lead off this particular class. The young man brings us one here in second that is fighting him ever so slightly, but you have to appreciate the amount of bulk, especially in the rear 1/3 of that one skeleton, but another nice one nonetheless. Let's give both of those two individuals a big round of applause.
In that class, Anna Shelley was first and Paige Shelley was second. In our next class of purchase market lambs, we have Jackson Fisher.
Just a single entry in this class, but one we like a lot about. I like how long and extended this one is. I like how tall shouldered this one is. He's tucked up about his chest forward. He's big at his hip and hind leg. I think this is a really, really good one to go ahead and lead off this young man. He can stand a lot of competition. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Jackson Fisher was first in that class, and the next class is Anna Shelley.
Just a single entry in this class yet again, but one we like a lot about, just as in the last class. This one's definitely dense muscle, big back. His touch is really, really good. He handles a lot of mass and muscularity, working out of the backside of his blade down to the lower stifle. Like him about his front end design, his neck when he gets out on the move. He's fighting the young lady, but that's a pretty good one to go ahead and win in this particular single entry class. It'll be kind of fun to see him back out here in the Grand Drive. Let's give these kids this kid a big round of applause.
That was Anna Shelley receiving first in that class, and the next class is Paige Shelley. We also have our queen helping with us today is Delaney True. Natalie True is the first runner-up. Paige Byer is our second runner-up. And Lily Anderson is Miss Congeniality. If you'd like to give these ladies a round of applause, please.
In this particular class, this young man brings us one that's definitely dense. He's pulled apart from end to end. He's muscular, definitely has a lot of turn to his rib cage. Love his hip and hind leg. Just a really, really nice one, a complete one for the young man. Maybe he's not as elegant fronted as some of them we've seen today, but that's one that's definitely stout from end to end. Lots of muscularity in that one. Let's give that young man a big round of applause.
That was Paige Shelley. Now for champion purchase slam, we'll have Jackson Fisher, Anna Shelley, Jackson Fisher, Anna Shelley, and Paige Shelley with their first place slams. The Red Oak Express will be sponsoring the Champion Purchase Lamb banner, and SF Club Lambs will be sponsoring the Reserve Champion Purchase banner. We want to give those a round of applause, please.
I know our sheep show numbers were small, but I think the quality and the kids have been fantastic in terms of just being out here and checking a lot of boxes. When you judge a show that's not maybe as large as some others, you just never know what you're going to find. And I think that I know I'm very happy with the ones we have out here in terms of structural integrity, more than enough muscularity. I think we definitely have all ends of the spectrum, from the lightweight that's not quite there yet to the heavyweight that maybe pushing a little more condition, and everywhere in between. We kind of talked them as we saw them throughout these classes. There's one out here that I think just excels this particular group quite handily, in my opinion, and I think there's one that follows a little bit more closely than the others. I think Reserve gets a little close, but it does come down to a couple of them. We'll go out and select our Grand and Reserve. Let's give these kids a big round of applause.
Jackson Fisher with our Champion Purchase Lamb, and Anna Shelley with our Reserve Champion Purchase Lamb. Now we will bring them back for our Grand Champion Market Lamb. Fisher has both lambs out here in the ring right now. For Grand Champion Market Lamb. The Grand Champion Market Lamb banner is sponsored by Farm Bureau, and the Reserve Grand Champion Market Lamb banner is sponsored by the Nicholson family. Entering the ring is Anna Shelley.
Again, we stated before, maybe not high in numbers, but high in quality. I think there's a lot of good parts and pieces to all three of these individuals out here. We can only select two, not to take anything away from that home-raised sheep. I think that was very good. I think that he just will continue to get better. He just kind of runs out of gas in relationship to the rear end of the skeleton, in relationship to how his front end is designed. For me, the two best ones I saw in this particular show are the two purchase lambs. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Overall Grand Champion Market Lamb goes to Jackson Fisher, and Reserve overall Grand Champion Market Lamb goes to Anna Shelley. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. Now we're going to have one class of purchase pin of 3 market lambs shown by Anna Shelley. The banner for the Grand Champion purchase pin of 3 banner is in memory of Frank E. Jones.
Again, I know that the numbers were small and we only had a handful of exhibitors, but this class is something we still do down in my part of the world as well. I think that it still ties our production traits back into the industry, and we definitely like those things. Maybe not the most ideal pin of 3 in terms of uniformity. They're definitely in 3 different weight ranges, 3 different styles and kinds when you get back and really analyze them. But the young lady has brought us a nice pin nonetheless. Let's give her a big round of applause as she exits the ring. She's done a nice job all day.
Anna Shelley will exhibit the Grand Champion purchase pin of 3. Also, they're still serving breakfast in the cattle barn for exhibitors and their families until 9 a.m. We're now going to have senior showmanship. We have 1 entry, Pace Shelley. goat show will start 30 minutes after the conclusion of our sheep show.
Again, only one entry here in the senior division. This young man's very personal. He's done a very good job, very polite. The lamb, he talks about the lamb and the project he's had and how since the very beginning, this one has definitely been a part of the generations that he's continued to show. Very knowledgeable of it, very honest young man, doing a great job. Let's give him a big round of applause. He's deserved it.
Our champion senior showman is Paige Shelley, and his banner is sponsored by SF Clubland. Now we'll have our intermediate showmen. We have 2 entries, Anna Shelley and Jackson Fisher. While they're getting their lambs out, I'd like to introduce the rated game. The 10th rated game was Jackson Fisher. 9th rated game was Jackson. 8th place rated game was Paige Shelley. 7th was Jackson. 6th was Paige Shelley. In 5th place we have Jackson Fisher. 4th place we have Paige Shelley. 3rd, Anna Shelley. 2nd, Anna Shelley. And the winner of the rated game goes to Anna Shelley. The champion rated game banner is sponsored by Houghton State Bank. And the reserve grand champion banner is sponsored by the Sandin family of Stanton.
There's only 2 individuals in this particular drive, and both have done a great job. Very personable kids. To me, showmanship is more than just bringing your sheep to the show. There's a lot more to it. There's also a lot of just people skills, learning how to get that lamb presented properly, maybe just the care and maintenance at home. I think both of these individuals do a good job. There's one out here that just does just a tick a little bit better in terms of just front-end design and getting that thing up and driving. The young man's going to be our champion in this particular division. The young lady will follow in reserve. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Champion junior intermediate showman goes to Jackson Fisher. Reserve goes to Anna Shelley. And that banner is sponsored by Kirk and Linda Baird. Coming back in for overall grand champion showman will be Paige Shelley and Jackson Fisher. After the end of the overall showmanship drive, we will be taking pictures by the backdrop of the winners of the sheep show.
been a beautiful morning to have a livestock show. The weather has been absolutely phenomenal. Everywhere I've got the opportunity to soak this year so far, we've been blessed with some good weather, but this is by far the best. I'll get the goats later. This is the last time you get to kind of hear me on the mic for the sheep. I want to thank the people for having me up in the committee. It's been a great time. These kids are very, very polite, and to me that's what this program's for. It's about building youth to be better human beings. We like sorting livestock. I've said it every time I get the opportunity to evaluate. Showmanship's very, very, in terms of just personal preference. We can definitely type kinds, but I never want to tell a kid they're doing a bad job because this program out here of any kind is a good thing. So with that said, we can only select one out of this particular thing for a champion overall showman. The young man out of the younger division is going to be that. Let's give both these young men a big round of applause.
Our overall Grand Champion Sheep Showman is Jackson Fisher. His banner is sponsored by Sullivan Liddell Demar's Funeral Home, Precision Diesel, KCSI Radio. Thank you. Thank you to Mr. Doty for shortening the sheep. In 30 minutes, we'll start